There's been another attack on police officers, this time in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. A number of officers have been hit by gunfire and taken to the hospital. 3 have died. It was 12 days ago that a black man, Alton Sterling, was shot to death during a confrontation with Baton Rouge officers. 2 days later in Dallas, 5 police officers were shot to death and 9 wounded by a black gunman who said he was out for revenge.
Jamie, as you know, the situation is still unfolding there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But as you mentioned, we know that there have been multiple officers shot. They've been transported to a nearby hospital, a hospital that is now being secured by law enforcement who are armed. There is some sort of shootout that has been underway, even though officials there say that the situation appears to be contained. But what they have not talked about is who is behind this attack on police. And here we go again with another attack on police, according to multiple law enforcement sources in that area. So multiple officers shot. They've been taken to the hospital. One, we're told, is in surgery. And as you noted there, there are at least 2 fatalities involved in this shootout. But again, how many people are behind this attack, we do not know. We know that there is at least 1 suspect. There is no word from police as to whether that suspect is in custody at this time. So as you can see, it is still early on in this situation. It appears to be a standoff that, for whatever reason, and obviously police have information that we don't have, they believe the situation right now is contained. Jamie.
Jeff, I do want to clarify, too, that 2 police officers have been shot to death in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We have been hearing that there were multiple officers shot. We now want to get to David Begnaud, who's on the phone. He's been talking with multiple law enforcement sources in Baton Rouge and is on his way there now. David, what can you tell us?
Jamie, understand that the numbers will fluctuate in situations like this. They will change, but a senior law enforcement official within the Louisiana State Police is telling CBS News that as many as 7 Baton Rouge police officers have been shot. As many as 2 are dead. We can confirm that at least 2 hospitals in the Baton Rouge area are on lockdown right now. There are armed police officers outside of the hospitals. And we're told that there is an active search underway right now for a shooter. And Louisiana State Police, which is handling the investigation, has not ruled out the possibility that there may be more than 1 shooter. Here's where it all started. 9 a.m. local time this morning, a call came in to police headquarters of an officer-involved shooting. As officials responded, in terms of backup, responding to the scene, there were reports that multiple police officers had been shot. This is happening about 2 to 3 miles from the Baton Rouge Police Headquarters in an area known as Old Hammond Highway and Airline Highway. It's not only close to police headquarters, but this is within the area of where we saw protests that last more than 6 days over the last week. Following the death of Alton Sterling at the hands of 2 Baton Rouge police officers, there were protests almost every night. And most of them, the majority of them, were centered just outside the Baton Rouge police headquarters. And, Jamie, almost all of them were peaceful. There were more than 150 people arrested, but no one was hurt seriously. There was a police officer who lost a couple of his teeth when he was hit in the face by a water bottle. But in large part, the governor of Louisiana made it clear they are peaceful. This was their worst nightmare. And to quote a Louisiana State Police official, this is what we were worried about. We thought it had quieted down, and then we woke up to this morning.
Yeah, David, the FBI had provided warnings as late as last week about this type of potential situation. Again, thank you so much for being on the phone with us, talking to multiple law enforcement sources there. David Begnaud saying that his sources telling him 7 officers have been shot, at least 2 have died. We, of course, will have any major developments throughout the day. There will be more about this as well on your local news.